Happy Taurus season seekers. Welcome to the existential shift. This will be a tarot reading for all 13 signs, including Ophiuchus, for the month of May 2026. I'll do tarot readings and then stay tuned if you like runes. I will also do a rune reading for the collective at the end. And who knows, maybe we'll succeed to also a at the end. Okay, so thank you for joining me. If you're new, my name is Morgainne, and welcome home. I hope this uh, space. I can't really say spiritual calm because I don't presume to be calming. I mean, sometimes, but sometimes not so much. So let's make it your home for spiritual truth. At least I try. Okay. Hmm. If you're watching the recording, and you feel inclined to timestamp the readings, that would be most helpful, both for myself and for other viewers. So thank you in advance. Um, I do all of this, watching the whole thing and watching myself after that to timestamp. It's a little difficult and takes a lot of energy in addition to what I already do. So you guys collaborating and being active in this endeavor called the existential shift. First, it builds a sense of community. It connects us deeper. Um, and second, it's just, it's nice. Thank you. So, right now, as I speak, Uranus left Taurus, thank the gods, um, entered into Gemini. It will not retrograde back into Taurus in our lifetime, as far as we know. I mean, I don't know if Elon Musk suddenly invents a way for us to live twice as long, maybe. But as far as things are at the moment, you will not experience this again, unless maybe you're also just like you just popped out of time. Well, otherwise, this is it. And I'm personally very, very grateful, especially as a Taurus sun. This has been an intense 8 years. Uranus is shaking wherever it is, but most certainly in Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign. It's a lot harder for it to move. It's not like think electricity in its proper channels and cables versus electricity through the earth. Zappy, hard. Right now, it's going to feel a lot lighter for everyone. Again, wherever Uranus goes into your, it's going to move through your chart in Gemini. It will still be Uranus, but it's going to be relatively faster, easier, more fluid because it's an air sign of Gemini. It's comfortable there. It's crazy there, but it's fast. It's in your face. It has fluidity from the universe and from society, relatively more fluidity, if that makes sense. Okay. But I don't want to dive into that now. What I want to do is dive into the signs. So we're going to start with the birthday um, kings and queens out there, seekers, seers, and shifters, Taurus. And we're going to go through the entire circle, including Ophiuchus, and then we'll finish up with Aries. That will be the last sign. And then, as I said, I'm going to do a rune reading and possibly a Q&A. Okay, I already see people in the chat. Daniel Norris, hello Morgainne, greetings from Nashville, Tennessee. That's fantastic. Hi, Nashville. And you are a Cap Sagittarius. Wow. Capricorn Sun and Moon and Rising in Sag. Fantastic. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, guys, feel free to say hi in the chat, or if you're not live, then in the comment section. We'll be delighted to make an online acquaintance with you. I always read all the comments, by the way, whether I respond or not, I read them all. Oh, thank you. Yeah, birthday season. Thank you so very much, and happy birthday to all Taurus. I think I'm going to start with Light Seers Tarot for Taurus. Let's see what we have in store for you guys. Hope you have your glass of water with you. Let me change the caption to Taurus. I'm going to try to do that every single time. If I forget, forgive me. Okay, Taurus, happy birthday. We are going to have your own horoscope for the month of May, plus a special yearly birthday reading, which will be for the next year, the next 12 months, where we'll do 2 Celtic cross spreads, one for your love life and one for your career. That one will be available to patrons for separate purchase or for channel members here on YouTube. But either way, you're going to get a general horoscope for the month of May. So lots to look forward to. And Ophiuchus will also be getting their own monthly reading, by the way. For all the other signs, all the other signs in here. For now, I also do random tarot readings for seekers in general, not specifically by a sign. But now let's focus on Taurus. I'm going to talk more deeply on that in your horoscope, in your general reading that will be separate to this. But Uranus being out of your anus, this has been a lot. So congratulations. I love congratulations. I love what Ace of Wands, Lovers, and 10 of Swords. Oh, wow. Taurus, you are propelled by your higher self to finish a very long, painful karmic cycle that taught you a lot and has expanded your mind and has been very beneficial in many ways, but has also caused you a lot of pain. And with or without the pain, it's time to let go and start a new chapter. And that's what May signifies. It's a very powerful new beginning. It will happen simultaneously to you leaving something. So it's not that you're completely finishing something and then moving onwards to start something new. It will be parallel. It will kind of, um, it will fade out and fade in. And this will commence a meaningful major chapter in your life. It's very possible that it's actually a new love, a passionate new love affair. Um, it's something that wasn't able to begin for as long as you were having to resolve, finish up, experience this cycle right here. Some lessons needed to be learned, some karma needed to be experienced, and some genuine final endings needed to come to terms, or you had to come to terms with them. So this could begin. I actually see a new romance for you guys in the beginning in the month of May, and it's probably going to feel very intense and very different. This also showcases a new beginning in your Gemini house, because the lovers can also have Gemini, and 10 of Swords also speaks of Gemini. 8, 9, and 10 of Swords, also Gemini energy. So this new beginning in your house of Gemini. So you have it in your second house, which is, how you perceive yourself, how you value yourself, how you could say property, but it's worth mainly your income, what you generate, what you manage to manifest, how people appreciate you and treat you, which is based on how you appreciate and treat yourself. And that's where you're going to have a new beginning. But again, it could be it could be like in connection to this new relationship or romantic beginning, or it could be separate, but either way, they become intertwined. It's almost like your self-worth is it's reached a level of strengthening enough, and now it will reach another level of strengthening through this relationship. It's important to remember there's just so much we can do for ourselves in general, all of us, not just Taurus. We are relational beings, social beings. We need each other. Everything is in relation to something else. If you really want to dive to the depth of spirituality, we don't really exist in ourselves, in our own right, in broader dimensions. Here, of course, you have your personality, your name, your life, your characteristics, your zodiac ID, all of the above, your genetic blueprint. But if we really melt down back into source, we kind of just exist in reference. And that should guide us when we understand personal evolution, and just how we walk in the world. There's a lot we can do independently, but at the end of the day, we really need each other. It's a necessity. It's like food. It's like water. It's like shelter. It's one of the basic human survival needs that for a very long time we didn't consider it as need. We consider it as, maybe bonus or fun or a choice, but not truly. We now understand it better. So I think by connecting to someone that is really a good fit for you, um, and symbolizes you moving away from a lot of pain and relationship that may have caused you a lot of pain, and they were mostly about learning, but not so much so easing. Um, I think this in turn will also help affect your self-worth, self-esteem, and how you view yourself in the world. So this is actually very, very positive. It will require you to make new beginnings, leave certain things behind. Perhaps it will come with some sort of sacrifice. You can't take everything with you. There are things you need to walk away from, so that you can have room for this very energetic, passionate new beginning. Again, it could be more than just love. It could be other aspects of your life, but I think definitely includes that at the very least. And altogether, it's a very positive thing. So happy birthday. I think you're going to have a refreshingly happy birthday. Many of you have not had very happy celebrations in the past 8 years. It's been very hard for Taurians. Okay, so hope this was helpful. And now we're going to move to Gemini. Gemini, welcome to May. Happy almost birthday for those of you who celebrate early at the end of May. Uranus is now in your sign. Congratulations. Don't fret. This is not going to be as challenging for you as it's been for Taurus because you are a mutable air sign. You meld a lot better with Uranian energy. It's not as shocking for you, and it will involve evolution and changes and progression and movement, a lot of changes, but it's going to be easy for you. Okay, easier. Let's say like that. First card out, we have King of Swords. May is going to commence with very fast movement. You have your eye on the prize. There's some sort of goal, something you want to pursue, go after, and there's not much, I mean, seemingly it's not much thinking, meaning there's not much planning, but it's very mentally focused. Two more for Gemini. Five of Swords. Okay, I'm going to talk about this in a moment. Let's see the third card. Gemini, May 2026. There we go. And Justice. So all air cards. Okay, we have Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, and Justice. So both you and Aquarius and Libra are here. Basically, all the air elements. This adds a lot of air elements to your already existence of air elements, right, Gemini? Um, so it's going to create possibly even more thinking than you're already thinking. Like your brain engine is going to work. It already works extra than others, but now it will work even more. So you want to find ways to really balance mentally, be it meditation, be it taking time, maybe journaling, writing things down, um, really measuring things and taking the time to consider the pros and the cons of everything. And May will be a good practice run for that because there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of thoughts. And you're going to be able to practice that, which will apply that muscle that you will be training this month, will apply for the next 7 to 8 years. Um, because you want to start not letting things jump from one place to the other in your mind, but you want to start compartmentalize all your thoughts and all your plans so that it doesn't overwhelm the system, the mind, the engine, so that you're able to kind of reach into the different compartments in your brain for different things when you need them and not let them overwhelm you all at once. So, okay, I have this plan, I have this idea, but right now it's not relevant because what I'm doing right now is I'm taking yoga class, or I'm meditating, or I'm celebrating a friend's birthday, or I'm doing something else, whatever the case may be, and it's just overwhelming the system and not really helpful. So you want to learn how to put something aside and then kind of come back to it in the relevant time. And you're going to be like, well, that's super basic. Everyone can do that. Well, maybe it's easy for you to do so because you're a Gemini. You're used to handling a lot of thoughts. This is going to be squared, squared, squared. Okay, it's also the energy of Aquarius entering into you. Uranus rules Aquarius. It's a different type of brain engine than Gemini. Um, it really likes to also, it's not just in the moment or in just analysis, it's also in the vision and in the planning. It's broader, less local, and it's all going to just be in your system at once. So also the Justice card is also pointing to make sure you have a objective understanding of morals, right versus wrong. Because if you enter this energy starting this month with a relative morality, meaning everything is relative, everything can be considered possibly good in relation to something, you could become a villain. This could be your villain era, but not in a sexy way. You want to really um, drill in a sense of objective moral, wrong versus right, so that your incredible brain engine and idea and visuals are not going to go to a dark place. Okay, so Justice card. You want to also take it literally. Um, not every smart idea is a good idea. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So whenever you're tempted to go, oh my God, this is a great idea. This will give me this. This will give me that. I'd love to. Always stop and be like, is this moral? Is this kind? What is the essence, the core essence of what? Is there a lot of deception involved? Is there a lot of manipulation? Will other people be negatively affected by this? Because if yes, know that even if it works because it's a brilliant plan and you can execute it, it will still generate incredible karma. And this will be very testy and you'll have a strong taste of it this month. This is where you get to practice and kind of set the foundations for the next 7 to 8 years. Okay. I might do a separate video just for you guys. No promises when it comes to Gemini transit, Uranus transiting Gemini. You know what? In your season. Next month we'll talk about it. Okay. But this was a lot of it. So good luck with that. Um, hey Maria, welcome. You're most welcome. But yeah, I'm not saying don't go for it. I'm not saying don't do. I'm not saying don't be on the go, be on the move, but break it down fairly without diving into analysis paralysis. You're still encouraged to be in movement and be dynamic. Okay. Thank you so much for your super chat, Maria, for 2.5 pounds. I really appreciate you. Hi, my question is connected with my workplace. Shall I? Oh, so we're going to do that at the end. My intent when I said Q&A, and I'm sorry, I should have been more clear. I can see how it might be confusing. My intent was spiritual Q&A, not personal questions. But forgive me for not properly explaining it. But this is 1 in 5 steps for us to get to a general Q&A. And maybe, you know what, maybe we'll also do personal questions, but that might have a different, um, level to it when it comes to super chat. Does that make sense? But you know what? Let me see if I can edit it so that it doesn't confuse other people as well. Hold on. And thank you, Maria. Let's see. Does it let me edit? It won't let me edit. Yeah, I wrote host Q&A section. I can see how it can be confusing. I apologize. I meant like spiritual general questions for the collective. But I might just do also personal questions if there will be demand for that, and people will be willing to reach a higher price level. Okay? All right, let's move now into Cancer. I'll write it down in the chat. Q&A is for general. And Maria, think now already about a general question that you want to maybe ask instead. Okay. And if someone else shows up, make sure to explain that to them as well. Okay. Learned for next time. Now let me change this to Cancer. Okay. Hey, Cancer. Welcome to Taurus season. Uranus just entered your 12th house of your subconscious and of your connection to the divine. And you might find yourself commencing this month beginning the journey to believing very different conventional things in relation to you. Okay, so it's not necessarily unconventional in general. It could be very conventional in the world or the collective, possibly, but in relation to you, it's unconventional. And shocking. Like 7 years from now, you will not recognize your belief system or the way you interact and communicate with God. And some of you are going to have, commencing this month, have your psychic abilities turned on. You'll find that you'll have smoother connection to talking to higher forces, and you might have even prophetic dreams, Cancer. This more specifically applies to Cancer rising, but very much so Cancer moons as well. Cancer sun depends. specifically what I just said, but this reading is for all of you. So, message for Cancer, please, for this coming month, May. Oh, we have the World card. I love this. 2 more. And 3 of Wands. This is very nice. 1 more for Cancer for the month of May. Page of Wands. Cancer, I love this energy. This feels so free. You also had a lot of, confusion, ups and downs, and weird, shocking surprises, sometimes not so good when it comes to your environment, your friends, group, your groups, associations, even your dreams. Things have kind of been so unstable and so also disappointing at times. Um, but really showing the truth where it needed to be shown. And now it almost feels like you can go back to have fun again and be lighthearted and explorative. I see some of you in the month of May traveling, um, signing up to a very exciting new course that is adventurous. It's not just sitting in a classroom or in front of your computer or reading. No, there's something in the field of some sort that involves traveling, movement, the body. Maybe you're signing up for like some sort of sports, martial arts, dance classes, um, music classes, drumming for some of you. That's very specific. Um, Maybe like you're taking some like theological courses, but of practice. So it's not like reading about it, but actually practicing it, joining ceremonies, initiations. Maybe some of you are taking Reiki classes, Reiki course, because over there you actually have to practice things that are very like action oriented, like hands on. Um, Horseback riding comes up. I know, I'm just giving examples, but it can be anything. Some of you are considering moving. So I see you just kind of traveling during the month of May for that location to just see how it feels and get a taste of it, and then maybe decide if you want to move there or not. Um, some of you might open a class. You might start teaching, guiding. Maybe you're opening a retreat or like or being like a tour guide of some sort. Okay, I keep throwing options and stuff like that. But it's very exciting. It's very positive. You're gonna feel like you found your purpose. You found your thing that you want to do. Yes, this is my thing. This is what I love. This is what I do. This is how I go by. This is how I dress. This is my style. This is my status on, whatever. Um, and it's really exciting. It's really fun. It's very lighthearted, but it also has long-term, like longevity, horizon, and potential. This is not something that even if it's a course or a class that will only last during the month of May, though for some of you, I see it last through possibly the entire year, through December of this year, through start season. But even if it's just for this month, it will have a lasting effect, right? It will have a long-lasting effect. So, yeah. Anything else I can take away from this? Very specifics. Sacred geometry is coming up, but in relation to something that is applicable to your day-to-day and messages and decisions. For example, runes have symbols, very specific symbols, and they have like a meaning. Okay? It's like a language. It comes up from shapes. You can also read from math, from geometric shapes. Um, so something about that, but not just like, something that you see on a paper or on a laptop or through a screen. It's like in nature. So kind of reading the language of nature. Some of you are venturing to learning a new language because you're considering moving to a place that speaks speaks another language. That's very exciting. The energy is very supportive of that, and it's telling you that it's on the right track if you're looking for confirmation. So very exciting time for May. And some of you might start dating. I recommend focusing on the fun and the adventure and lightheartedness, mutuality, and just let things grow, and that will create a more serious potential as opposed to if you approach it in a very serious manner, it's not going to work in this case, Cancer. So yeah, but faith is coming through and liberation of faith. Like you're maybe you've been in a very rigid mindset when it comes to your belief system. It was very like strict or very specific, and now your mind is kind of opening up to the universe and to the infinity of ways of expressing one's beliefs. And it's not that one is better than the other, it's just different languages. You're just kind of opening up to that. Good luck, Cancer, and have fun. That's what the cards are saying. Have fun doing so. All right, next is Leo. How's it going, Leo? How are you feeling? Mm, Leo for May 2026. Did I say 2025 in other times? If I did, I meant 2026. Leo is coming up, Taurus season. You're taking your time. Okay, Leo, we have first card out, Six of Cups. And Three of Wands came out again. We also had him, sir. One more for Leo for May. And Nine of Swords. Okay. Leo, I see you really missing someone. Like agony level. It hurts and you just crave to see them, you miss them, you love them. Maybe you wonder what came with them, what happened, where they're at, if it's someone you haven't seen in a long time or haven't been in touch with in a long time. And I see you starting to search for them, or kind of inquire into their either whereabouts or how they're doing, depending on if you're able to be in contact with them or not, or if you've been in contact with them or not. So some of you are looking for them on social media or calling old acquaintances and be like, hey, whatever happened to so and so? And I see you trying to look for them and reconnect. And some of you are just picking up the phone, reaching out to them. And I see it more than just like a phone call or an email or a text. It's physical. So some of you might travel to see this person, to visit this person. Um, there's some level of possible grief, but not necessarily. This could just be the pain of separation for a long time. For those of you who recently lost a loved one and you're reminiscing and you're thinking and you're looking back and analyzing, I think visiting their grave, and this is very specific, visiting their grave or their place of rest is going to be very helpful in having a closure and just telling them everything you didn't get to tell them that you would like to have told them. Um, I see a level of regret. Again, very specific for those of you who recently lost someone. I see a level of regret of why didn't I say something when I had the time or when I had the chance. You can still say it and they will still hear it. But there is something about the physical travel or visit to their sacred resting place that could be very meaningful. But of course, you can always speak to their spirit. Um, that was very specific. But for those of you that, this person is still alive, this could be like spirit reminding you, hey, life is so short. Don't want to live in regret. If there's someone you truly care about and truly love and truly miss, give them a call, see how they're doing. You never know. Um, what do you have to lose? You will only regret not trying. Um, Memento mori, it's Latin to remember we're going to die, all of us. You never know. It's just a matter of when. And regret is one of the most painful things to live with. It's a very, very painful thing, regret, because it doesn't allow you to have emotional closure. And I truly believe in living life without regret, especially with things that are, if you love someone, tell them. It can be hard, can be embarrassing, can be can be a lot of things, but it will never be as hard as missing out on the opportunity. So May kind of calls on you to remember your present heart, which is interesting because when we say remember, we think of past. But this says remember the present. It's almost like you're trying to forget something that is. For those of you that, the person is still alive and everything's okay with them, they're just far away from you in some way, shape, or form. And this could be someone that is really even in your life, possibly. It really depends. Um, but there's just a gap between you because there's no communication and no confession. Bridge the This reading says bridge the gaps, whether it's between you and a person uh, in the living or between you and a person in the afterlife, bridge the gap. And you can totally do that. So good luck with that. Yeah. Okay, who is next? Next we have Virgo. Let's write down Virgo. Okay. I'm going to do Virgo, then I'm going to do Libra, then I'm going to take a 2 minutes break. And then we're going to come back to doing everyone else, okay? So Virgo, how are you doing? Whew. What's going on with you beautiful Virgo seekers? May. Virgo, May 2026. Oh, I forgot I still had coffee here. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. May 2026. First card out, we have the World. Cancer handed. That's beautiful. I love seeing that. The World is the last card in the deck. And it's the completion of the journey of the Fool throughout all the tarot cards and all the different archetypes within him, her, and within their and the human condition. So it's a card of ascension, completion, um, meaningful success, resolution, Knight of Swords, and last but not least, for Virgo, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Virgo, this is the month to pursue your dreams and accept opportunities, say yes to things, and be grateful for the good luck and good fortune that the universe bestows on you. And just not let fear and hesitation hold you back. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, a lot of exciting new possibilities. If it's not harmful, if it's something that you can do, even if it requires just a little bit of stretching, go for it. You'll have a lot of opportunities to connect, to earn, to expand, to be on the go, to have your status elevate somehow. So if someone offers you something that comes with a level of status and recognition, it's a good sign. If it requires you to be on go fast, like move somewhere fast, travel somewhere fast, this says go for it, it will pay off. But this is an opportunity that needs to be accepted, honored, and kind of once it comes in, you're going to have to do something about it. It's not just going to continue without you taking the opportunity and going with it. You're going to be have to be active with it. And this will be an opportunity for you to show everything you've learned and all your skill and experience. It's going to be really a really great great situation where you just get to show all your, let's say you've been like a what's the word? A hustler or someone who does a lot of things seemingly very, very different. It's gonna be something that gives you the chance to like utilize these seemingly different things, but that's what is needed. That you're exactly the person they're looking for. This opportunity is exactly you are exactly what they need because you know how to do this and you know how to do that and your experience. You just not just in the mind, it's not just words. You actually did this thing and these things, and you're able to bring them back together, bring it not back, but bring them together, and make something very unique of your own. I think it's going to come from someone giving you this opportunity or being like, hey, I think you'll be a perfect fit. I think you'll be great for this and that. But you really shine. Like, your shine shows. Your shine shows. You glow. Like things that used to have people think of you as lost and confused and scattered. Now it's going to come across, because it is, as well-rounded, educated, experienced, well-traveled, um, have a complex understanding of things, like a Renaissance woman or man. So you're the Renaissance woman or man of this month. And in general, you are, but maybe it hasn't been perceived as such. Maybe people kind of didn't see the qualities in it or the brilliance in it. They just saw, to them, they saw a mess, right? They didn't understand what it is that you were doing, why you're doing that like that. Why can't you just focus and you're a Virgo? People forget that Virgo is a mutable sign. It's mutable. It's sand. It can seem really condensed. It can be very, very stable, but it can also just be very fluid and blow in the wind and reshape itself in so many ways. One moment it's just a flat sand, the next like a castle in the sand. It can be anything. It can be shaped into anything. So you'll get to show that in a really beautiful way. So good luck, Virgo. This is a very good time for you guys. How are you guys doing over here in the chat? I see you here. I see the numbers, but feel free to say hi to me or share where you're tuning in from. What's your sign? If you haven't liked this video yet, this is the time to like, especially hype. Hype is a really great way to support your favorite content creators or your favorite spiritual teacher. Be sure to do so. It's a very easy press of a button, and it goes a long way. And thank you in advance. Okay. So now, thank you, Virgo. Now we have Aquarius, not Aquarius, Libra. So let's just, so far I'm doing well with remembering to change the caption. Right. Libra. Message for Libra for the month of May. Message for Libra for the month of May. Libra. You're being quiet like Leos. Okay. First card out, Eight of Cups. Come on, Libra. Usually you're chatty. Not as chatty now. It's like you're out of words. There's nothing left to say. Just to walk away. This is the month where there's nothing left to say. You just walk away. And then you have the Lovers. You don't want to talk. You just want to feel. You don't want to analyze. You just want to be, especially in love. And I think that's the place you're moving into in May. You just stop with the words and start with the feels and just kind of let it go and let it be. And I think that's when something very real can come. And Seven of Cups. So you may have been involved or still involved with someone who doesn't, who might treat you like an option, like a possibility. They have other people, other things. It doesn't even have to just be romance. It could be career, socialization. Um, and you've been one thing out of many, and I think you're starting to be done with that. Maybe you just want to be that special person, that focal point for someone, and not feel like, something that is easily dismissed or not important, like on kind of not a priority in a list, and you're like, I don't want to even be on a list. I should not be on the list. I should be outside the list, and that should be the main thing. And then you can have also a list. Okay, you want that passion, you want that intensity, you want that something that is very wholesome. And I don't think that's what you're feeling right now with the person you're involved with. And I think if this continues this way, I see you walking away. I see a choice. And the thing is, they're not going to make that choice for you. They're not going to wake up one day and be like, okay, I'm done playing games. I'm just with you as long as you're there. Because as long as you place yourself as an available option, that's what you're going to be, an available option. Um, this brings up the next 13th element I'm going to do, manifestation and karma. You're manifesting being treated like an option by treating yourself like an option. And so if you treat yourself like you're the one and only, and so that means you can't accept someone acting like you're just one of many, then you walk away. And that's the thing, you're definitely risking losing them. No doubt about that. But did you even ever truly have them? Right? So ask yourself, what is more important to you? The love, the kind of love that you want and deserve, or having them in your life at all costs, no matter what? And please consider that they are mature and they know what they're doing. They do it because they can. And you should give them the benefit of the doubt of being aware of themselves. Now, If it's the other way around and you're doing it with someone, I see them walking away from you, Libra. So keep that in mind. If you don't want them to walk away from your life, you won't be able. Again, if it's the reverse, you won't be able to continue treating like something that is casual and not as important as optional. You will lose them, and this is the month where it happens. But this is a forewarned, forearmed. You can change the course of things now that you know. Okay, good luck, Libra. Mm, right, let's see. Next, we have a 2 minutes break, and then we're going to come back with Scorpio. So I'm just gonna play you a tune. This is a song that I actually wrote and sang. So hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Peace.
השקיעה קרה ומחר יום חדש אתהלך בנתיבי הגורל השיר נשל של נחש האוהב לי קורא ואיתו החתולה שחורה מה נולד עוד לא אדע אולי תבונתי שחזרה מעולם אחר עכשיו כבר ראשי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לרקוד הזריחה חמה והנה יום חדש אחוז בצילו של אלון דמו בדמי ייגש זרועותיי בשמיים ורגליי ועם האדמה מה נרפא עוד לא אדע אולי זו נפשי השסועה בעולם אחר כי היא גומעת את הים והאוויר והחולות שתו את דמי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לחיות לונה לבנה שמש הכל בוקר כתום וערב כחול העיר דרכי צבעו במכחול בגשמים של ברכה הרטיבו הכל אין תשובה נבונה חמניה זה אהובה טווסית ופרפר זיקית משתנה הנני פיה מכוערת יפה שטוחה עמוקה מחשבה לבנה השקיעה קרה ומחר יום חדש אתהלך בנתיבי הגורל השיר נשל של נחש האוהב לי קורא ואיתו החתולה שחורה מה נולד עוד לא אדע אולי תבונתי שחזרה מעולם אחר עכשיו כבר יודעת הגעתי ללמד וללמוד ערפו את ראשי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לרקוד שתו את דמי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לחיות ערפו את ראשי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לרקוד שתו את דמי אך לא יותר מחשפת שווה לחיות
Hi. Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me? Is the microphone on? Okay. So, where were we? Scorpio. Sorry, I need to finish chewing up the date. Mm, Scorpio. Okay. Uh, hello, Sven. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining the chat. All right. Wait. Want to say hello? There's a dog over here named Moses. I don't know if you can see him. Moses. Hi. Hey, babes. Want to say hi to Scorpios? Good boy. He's so cute. Okay. Scorpio. What's going on? You just had Uranus leave your seventh house of relationships across from you in the seventh house. I said that already. It was in Taurus and it created a lot of havoc for you as well, but vicariously through people in your life. It's been a lot of weirdiness and it just moved out. So congratulations. Your relationship will start to look differently and feel differently. So in a good way. You needed to see all of this. You needed to experience all of this. You needed to learn all of this. You have a different, better, more mature, awake understanding of people in your life and your expectations and what matters to you. And you're quicker to recognize who's worth you giving your all to. And that's good. It was a hard lesson. Like, it wasn't an easy way to learn it. It was a tough love from Spirit, from Uranus, but you're on the other side of it, and that's great. So, first card out, the Moon, but you're still flustered. You're still affected by it. 2 more cards for Scorpio for the month of May, please. Ooh, the Fool. I love this. Is an amazing energy. Okay, the Moon and the Fool. All right. You're like, no fucks given. You're just like, I'm free. You're just gonna do what Scorpio's gonna do. 8 of Wands. You're gonna be on the move. You're going to have adventures. You're going to open up. You're going to think differently, feel differently. You're going to not sacrifice your all in the name of whatever. You're going to choose yourself. You're going to step into love that makes you feel elevated and calm and joyous and not heavy and burdened and sacrificial and suffering. It's such an incredible relief for you. It's going to feel like a completely different universe when it comes to your relationships. I don't see you, especially in the month of May, being quick to commit. Scorpio is a very committal sign. You're very loyal, you're very giving, you're very intense. You kind of, when you meet someone and you have that feel, you just go all in. And often at the expense of your well-being if they're not a healthy person for you to do it with or for. Especially if they're the kind of person that takes energy. Now, shadow side of Scorpio, you guys can also be, some of you sometimes can be taking energy. So it really all depends. This could have been karmic. You've been doing that. They've been doing that to you. Great. But I see you really going into a state that it feels very free subconsciously. It's like this heavy burden is being lifted, and you find it easier to communicate with people how you feel, what you want, less apologetic, less wanting to please, more comfortable in demanding your needs, but also not even. You're just like, whatever. Maybe you're choosing to be alone for a little bit. Maybe you just stepped out of a relationship that was very intense and very demanding and caused a lot of confusion. But it also helped you tap into a very deep place within you, even deeper, or maybe a place that is more aware of your depth, where you were able to recognize why you do the things you do, why you feel the way you feel, what makes you tick, what makes you dive deep into something, and recognize the triggers and recognize the trauma and recognize the karma, and starting to approach relationship and people in life in general from a more surface level. Kind of, you used to not take things at face value. Someone would say one thing, but then you were like, oh, but I know they actually feel this and that. And maybe you're right, and maybe you're completely wrong. Either way, even if you're right, you want to take, a lot of times you want to take people at face value, because if we take the easiest example, if someone tells you that they're not interested, but you're like, oh no, I know they are, and you keep pursuing them, it could be harassment, right? You have to consider being wrong. But also, if they tell you that they really, if they are harmful to you, they tell you hurtful things, like it's a different example. They're being kind of belittling to you, and you're like, no, I know that deep down they're a good person, and it's just because they're hurt and they're not actually wanting to say all these things to me. But even if that's true, you're still putting yourself in harm's way, because words can be damaging and hurtful, and especially actions, even if they don't mean it, or like, you learned, you're going to venture into learning how to take people at face value, situations at face value, even if, of course, there's depth to them. Everything has deeper layers and different mechanisms, but it doesn't matter. A no is a no. A yes is an opportunity. And if the person is unable to say yes when they want to say yes, but they're saying no even though they want to say yes, if that's the case, because a lot of people like to use that as an excuse to go after things that don't want them, right? But even if that's the case, first of all, that person needs to learn how to express what it is they truly want. B, you deserve to also have words match feelings, and not experience negativity verbally. So either way, wherever you stand on the spectrum of Scorpio, taking things at face value can be very useful and healing and expanding, and most of all, liberating, because you don't have to like analysis paralysis, dive deep to everything. Like, you don't have to be a whale, you can be a butterfly. You don't have to, at least this month, so that you can enjoy life a little bit. Okay, Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. And this is a really nice time, in case it wasn't clear. This is very positive, especially with the Eight of Wands and the Fool. Very positive, uplifting energy. Okay, next we have Ophiuchus, because Ophiuchus is a constellation that is between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So let's write down Ophiuchus. All right, Ophiuchus, how's it going? 13th sign, the serpent bearer, the sign of medicine, of the medicine woman, of the witcher, the wise woman. Witcher which comes from the ancient word witcher, which means wise woman. Just a fun FYI. Okay. Ophiuchus, first card out, you have the Page of Cups. And then Three of Wands is starring. And one more. And Seven of Cups. Okay. Very dreamy energy, Ophiuchus. This coming month, you're kind of reigniting or deepening your dreams, your fantasies, your romantic ideas and aspirations. Maybe you're writing, maybe you're thinking about publishing your writings, and you're kind of looking around, seeing how is best to go about it. Do you want to self-publish? Do you want to try to get a publishing agent? What do you want to do? How do you want to go about it? Do you want to, file for competitions, submit to competitions? Or maybe you're just sitting down and expressing your creativity and your poetry and your storytelling and your musical talents. And some of you, I see you wanting to take it outside of the drawer and into the world. So maybe you're trying to join a band or trying to join a an ensemble of some sort, hearing theater. You want to travel and perform. You're considering like opening a booth or a stand, like a street stand in a festival or something, or in like a nice boardwalk and do magic trick for people, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm also seeing like specifically with the Seven of Cups, singing bowls. So maybe you're doing like frequency sound healing circles and you want to offer your services. I'm getting that you want to start locally with your communities and then kind of let it go word to mouth and have people kind of just recommend you or invite you from experiencing you somewhere. So less online when it comes to marketing, more like being out there with people in events. Just kind of just go for it, just kind of apply for everything, submit to all the festivals, right? Submit to all the street fairs, writing competitions, auditions. Just go for it. Just go and show your thing and don't, at least for the month of May, don't worry about income, money. Do it in your spare time. Do it for the love. Do it for the passion. Do it, and it will generate the energy of abundance from there on. It has to start with passion, though. You can't really manifest abundance without the passion there. I mean, you can. People do that, but it doesn't last long. Or at the very least, in your case, Ophi, this is what you wanna. This is how you wanna address it. Now, Ophiuchus, you can be any zodiac sign that isn't necessarily technically Ophiuchus, but maybe you're just like the 13th sign. You don't really resonate with the other signs, or you're looking for the extra the extra message. Here you have it. So if it applies to you, if it speaks to you, it's yours. Don't worry about the technicalities. These are general tarot readings. Please remember that. And you always have control and leadership over your life. You're the ones who make decisions. People like me can only guide, advise, open the door. We are not to close a door. We're not to force you through a door. It's not our purpose. And the spirit tends to put things like that in their place very quickly. So this is your time to shine and create your path and have fun and feel like you're expressing yourself creatively. And it will become more clear, like what is the avenue that is best for you to express that through from doing that, from just trying different things and kind of putting yourself out there. This was a reading for thespians. Great. Good luck, Ophi. Now we have Sagittarius. Hey, Saggies. How's it going? Uranus just moved into your 7th house of Gemini, and it's going to shake relationships up, and relationships that are not in alignment with you, or have been but no longer. It's going to start showing, like in zaps and sudden like situations or things that they say, things that they do. You're like, whoa, what? And yes, this has been them all along. You just didn't see it, or now something kind of triggered them to show themselves. A lot of uncomfortable truths that are going to come come out in like very interesting serendipitous way. Like it could be you're overhearing a conversation that they didn't think you're going to hear, or seeing them do something that they've been doing for this entire time, but you didn't know, and suddenly you're just seeing, and you're like, oh my god, how did I not see this? Sag, sun, moon, rising. This could be the other way around. Your partner, any type of partner, this could be business partner, this could be romantic partners, serious partnerships, committed partnerships of any sort. They could be seeing you in that way. Keep in mind, it goes both ways. You can suddenly shock them with like, wait, what? And you're like, well, yeah, maybe you haven't been hiding it. It was just they were kind of oblivious to it somehow, or in denial. Or maybe you have been hiding it. And if you've been hiding things from significant people in your life, significant partnerships, keep in mind that Uranus is going to generate spasms of showing it. It's for the sake of truth. It's for the sake of alignment. Things that are not in alignment, or have not, or have been, but no longer. The universe is really stepping up the gears when it comes to alignment and resonance. It's going to become harder and harder and harder for people to lie to themselves and others. A lot of karma has been relieved. So there's no need to repeat these cycles unless there's connection, resonance, energetic prosperity that comes from that connection. Okay, so keep that in mind, Sag. It's going to start this month. It started yesterday. Okay, and it's going to continue, and it's not going to leave a stone unturned. It's not going to leave a stone unturned. Coming forward, again, this is usually mostly comes from your partners. I'm only saying this because you're the one who's listening, and it could apply to you. So I just want to cover all the options, right? But if you have been hiding things, it might be a good idea, again, depending on the situation, to come forward yourself before they find out themselves. It's not to say that if this relationship is not meant to last, it's going to save it, but it is to say that it will ease the karma, it will ease the blow. It will be better relatively, for sure, at least. Okay, now focus on Sagittarius for the next month, please. Nine of Swords. You're going to find out things that you wish you hadn't, but then in retrospect, you'll be very grateful that you have, because you'd be like, oh my God, I'd still be stuck in that thing if I hadn't found out. But the first emotional result of this is uncomfortable. There's grief, there's regret, there's potentially anger for having not seen something or not known something. And just also, when you're so used to someone, living without them, it's hard. It's like when someone suddenly loses a lot of weight, they're happy about it, they're feeling lighter, healthier, but it's still weird to walk around without a major aspect of themselves that was just a part of them, breakup is never easy, any kind of breakups. Two more for Saggy. The Star, this is actually very hopeful and very optimistic. It will remind you what it is that you believe in and what it is that you love, and it will reconnect your connection with the divine, because something about that situation or relationship has been blocking your own communication with the divine. It was like it was being covered or blocked. Like you had to go through them somehow. Um, but it just reignites the direct connection to source that we all have. Like you don't need a spiritual high leader in order to talk to your God. It's in the heart, right? So one of those, like maybe you've overgiven your power to someone. And now that that connection is being severed or concluded, it's like you're regaining that direct contact. Seven of Wands. It's a very interesting Seven of Wands in this deck because you see her meditating through the struggle. And most Seven of Wands in most decks don't have like a meditating person, rather someone who puts up a fight. And it is a card of putting up a fight and resistance, but it's more so to find what is true. Okay, so there's a lot of voices or a lot of situations kind of coming at you and trying to pull in different directions or competing with you. And you just want to, okay, what is true? What is relevant to me the most? Where should I put my absolute focus on? And I think the next month is going to really help you regain focus of what it is that is truly important to you, what it is that you believe in most, and what it is that you need to kind of put aside in order to be able to focus on that. Sorry, I don't know why. I just want to make sure the light is working properly. Is that better? I think so. Okay. Yeah, so Sagittarius, good luck. This is good. This is finding your North Star, finding the light and the heart that is connected to the light of the divine and having a direct connection. Maybe you're having dreams, visions, sudden epiphanies, realizations. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Why is it not? It's strange. Okay. Let's see if it works or not. It's just tired. Okay, next is Capricorn. Hey, Chaos Cat, a live chat. How lovely. Hello, hello. Thank you. So happy to have you. Thank you for joining. And Sven says Sag Moon says the one thing is coming, the one mind thing is coming, clean house. Yeah, so yeah, this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising Sagittarius, of course, with all the signs. And Kat, really great to have you. Okay. And guys, we're reaching the end. We have Capricorn, Aquarius. Oh, not so much so actually. We have Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. So 4 more signs. And then we're also going to do runes. But if you want the spiritual Q&A, check out oh, did the goal already pass? All right, I did it I limited it to an hour. That was silly. Okay, so let's start a new goal we had 1 of 5, so I'm going to do 4 instead of 5 this time. Oh no, will it not let me? Okay. I don't think, let me see. Yeah, I can do another goal. Let me start another goal for the potential Q&A. Can I do another goal? Does it let me? Sorry, guys. Been doing this for years, and I'm still sometimes need to find my way through the YouTube technical realm. I did a goal in the beginning, and then I limited it for an hour, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just kind of let it be. So it kind of closed itself before I was able to. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna say if you do 4 more super chats of $5 each or more, then we're gonna do a Q&A at the end of this for you guys, anyone who's on the live, to ask spiritual questions. All right? It won't let me do the open it. We don't actually need it formally to open as a goal. We did these kind of things before YouTube created the goals. So that's so funny. The mind plays tricks on us. It's like, oh wait, now I can't do it because I can't technically open a goal. Yes, I can. I just need to talk to you guys. And generally speaking, guys, super chats in general are very, very welcomed every live as a reciprocal energy and monetary, support. I'm here for you. You can be here for me. See how that works? Okay. All right, we did Sagittarius. Now we're doing Capricorn. So let me change it here. I want to do it Capricorn. All right, fantastic. Okay, Cappy. Message for Capricorn, please, for the month of May. Oh, that's way too much. Capricorn for the month of May. We have Two of Pentacles, which is a Cappy card, by the way. And Page of Cups one more time. Hello. One more for Cappy. And King of Swords. There you are. Well, technically it's Libra, but it's also cardinal and very serious can be. So I was like, Page of Cups, Capricorn, interesting. Okay, you are starting to tap into your deeper spiritual, mythical aspect of Capricorn. Capricorn is actually not, I know it's going to sound very strange what I'm about to say, but Capricorn is known for being a very stable, systematic type of sign. You guys are actually deep mofos. You have a lot of layers. You can be very creative. You have a very abstract, creative way of going about art. And it could also be very dark. But these are the parts it goes so, the reason you're so stable and grounded in reality is because you have to have these characteristics so that your energetic field doesn't go so lost in all the dimensions, because you have like Mercury. I know it sounds really strange, but that's the more deeper aspects and esoteric aspects of astrology. You are able to travel through energetically many, many dimensions, including very deep ones. Okay, this is why in tarot the Devil card is symbolizes Capricorn, not because you're a devil, but because the proverbial hell, or like the really lower condensed dimensions of the cosmos, ruled theologically by a devil. And so you are able to get to those dimensions. You are able to drill that deep. You are the deep, deep, deep aspect of Earth. You're the middle Earth, right? Taurus is more of the fertile soil where things grow. And it is deep Earth, but it's not as deep where things are dry and starting to be very fiery. You're also cardinal, right? So Capricorn can also be a very fiery, creating, but also dry Earth. It's very interesting energy. Think lava that solidifies, freezes, and it's this really intense element that is seemingly immovable, but is actually lava. Okay, that's Capricorns. So, sorry, that was a rant. But you know, it's not told enough. I don't talk about it enough, and I should. I used to talk about that aspect of Capricorns a lot, but I felt like I needed to move on a little bit from that so that you can regain your footing. But maybe it's time to get back to that place, because just as much as you can go deep, you can also go high, you know, or broad with your creativity. And I see you in the month of May really debating if you want to stay in the stable, grounded place that you've been on, or if you want to venture to the more, you know, surreal, weird aspects of life through your creativity or through your faith. And there's a lot of analysis paralysis and planning. Eventually, you won't be able to plan this. It's something that you're going to have to put down your planning hat and your logical hat and just make an intuition-based decision, because you know the truth. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to pursue. You know what you want to create, especially if you're an artist in any capacity. And putting on the thinking hat is not going to help, but you will still have it for the next month. Force of a habit. You'll have different ideas and you'll be debating between them. But eventually, I see you just kind of venturing into La La Land. Uranus just came into your 6th house of daily routines, responsibilities, and the job thing. It's going to shake everything up, and you won't even be able to stay in this habit, schedule, routine. You won't be able to. It will shake everything. It will kind of force you there. So this is the month of where you're bridging between the old you or recent years you and to the new but ancient you to kind of be revived. But it's still in the process. So we'll talk in June or further on when it really starts getting deep. But good luck with that. Chaos Cat, I will have to come back and watch this later. No problem. You're getting called into work early. What a wonderful day start to my day to come across this. Much love. Much love back to you, love. Okay. Capricorn, I hope this was helpful. Now we're going to do Aquarius and then Pisces and then Aries. So 3 more signs. Aquarius. What happened here? Oh, did I? Oh, my box. Aquarius for May 2026. Aquarius next month. Temperance, hello. And 3 of Wands again. It's okay, we love it. One more. And 7 of Swords. All right. There's a biblical phrase that says, what man intends for evil, God intends for good. In the next month, you'll feel prone to do something that you'll think is the smart, right thing to do, but it's not. It's actually, there's something about it that isn't quite right. Spirit will allow you to venture into that a little bit because that's how it's going to lure you into healing and into learning something. And then it's going to stop you from doing what you're completely going to do, and then lead you in a completely different direction that has to do with healing a lot and learning a lot. And kind of coming to terms with certain things in your life that for some reason you wouldn't come to term with until now. And it could be legitimate reasons, it could be denial type of reasons. I don't know, each case to its own. But I'm not saying that, I wasn't trying to say that you intended bad, but there's something about what you're thinking about doing in May that isn't quite kosher. Okay, it isn't quite, um, and at first there might be some serendipity that supports you doing that. And you're going to be like, oh wow, spirit supports that, the universe supports that, God supports that. Yeah, it totally should carry on. And it's to trick you. No, I'm saying this to you. I don't think it will damage it. I think even if you're going to be like, oh, then I shouldn't do it, then spirit will just find an easier way to get you into this healing, knowing journey process. But either way, it's going to get you there. Keep in mind that if it'll have to get you there through you doing something so and so, then you'll still have to deal with that karma. Just for that, what you managed to, now, again, it sounds really, I don't know what this is. It could be something silly. Oh, sorry. You might want to you might be planning or thinking about doing something that you know it's lying, or you know it's deceptive, or you know you're not allowed to do so because you think it serves a greater cause or a greater purpose. But that's just your desires tricking you into romanticizing something wrong. So, and again, everything is relative. This is in relation to objective moral. This is something I find myself talk a lot about recently because it seems like society has really ventured off of objective morality into moral relativity, which has its place in certain situations in our life for sure. We can't be rigid about everything. But it can't be the entire thing. That leaves room for evil. And I encourage you to watch my 2026 Year of the Horse video that I made, where I talk about that deeper. That is actually really important. If you're about to enact moral relativism to excuse something, I would encourage you to stop there, because if the universe will have to stop you in the right moment, it will not be pleasant. Now, for some of you, it's not you, it's someone in your life planning something like that. So know that spirit is, is on top of this, and they won't succeed, but they'll likely try. But maybe that's a good way for you to find out that someone is capable of that or is able to do something like that, spiritually, emotionally. But again, this leads to a very positive expansion of healing and integrating. There will be the process of transmutation, a skill of some sort that you were going to, or maybe even for a while you've been utilizing for selfish gain and not in a way that it could be harmful for others, will be transmuted into in a way that spirit will show you how you can utilize that skill or that knowledge to doing something good, beneficial. But for that, it's going to have to show you yourself before it shows you the outside. So there's going to be a lot of mirroring this month. I'm picking up for you guys, Aquarius, just a lot of immediate backlash or immediate response or immediate karma for everything so that you're able to see a lot faster the connection, right? What leads to what? It's kind of like, and I'm not comparing you to animals at all. And Aquarius, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Aquarians. I know you can handle this conversation and it's important. So, for example, when I train a dog, okay, and they do something good, the treat or the reward needs to come immediately so that they make the connection. I just did this and I got rewarded. Or I just did something wrong. And so I immediately take away something that they like that they don't want me to take away from them so that they understand that there's some sort of negative effect and a loss of some sort to something that they're doing that is not okay. So the universe spirit is going to do that like on steroids with you in May so that you'll do something that is spiritually broad and positive and objectively moral. Even in the spirit world, there's that too, even in the spirit world, not just in this world. It will immediately show you positive results. And if you do something that is immoral or off of that, no matter what the excuse you are using to justify it, it will immediately show you a negative backlash or karma. So really listen to the consequences of actions, small or big, so that you learn what the universe, what spirit is trying to tell you. That would make things a lot lighter and easier and even exciting because as soon as you get it, you're going to get it and it's going to be amazing and you're going to expand so much. So good luck with that, Aquarius. Very spiritual month, an opportunity to expand and an opportunity to really transform into something very wise and very beneficial. Possibly, not all of you, from something that you've been doing for a very long time, that you've been getting away with it, even thinking it's justified, thinking it's good, but it's not. Or maybe you haven't been doing this for a long time. Maybe it's just something that you're thinking about doing this month. And spirit's like, oh, you do not want to venture there energetically. Don't do that to your karma or to your path. That. So it's actually there's room to be grateful because it's very generous with you. Oh goodness. Okay. Now we have two more, Pisces and then Aries, but then also runes. So stay tuned for the runes. I'm debating, depending how it feels, if to also do an oracle, but we'll see when we get there. Pisces. Pisces. What's up, Pisces? Pisces, you need some cleansing. I would say the regular, like sage, but you might want to go further with using I forget the word in English. Hell is it called? Cardamom. Sorry. Cardamom in your spicing of the food with intention. Burn black candles because they absorb energy. Go to sleep with a glass of water next to your bed and do not drink the water when you wake up. Spill it, wash it, and do it every night with a black candle. You want to really cleanse a lot of energy from your system. I'm picking up on some Pisceans that have been absorbing a lot of energy recently, and it's like you think it's your inner voice or your inner instincts, but it's not yours, and it's just negative influences that are kind of making you all over the place, but not in a Piscean fluid way, but in a like I don't know, cray way. I'm not saying you're cray. I'm saying for those of you who feel it, it might affect you in a way that is just not fun and unnecessary. So those are ways you can do some cleansing, salt water bath, lavender. It's a very gentle agent, but a very clear boundary agent. Put basil in your food, basil tea with basil leaves, like fresh basil leaves, put them in your tea. Um, and put a symbol that you associate with protection. Could be something from your culture, or something that you connect with, a protection. So, for example, Hamsa. For example, the evil eye that rejects evil eye. Or if you do Reiki, the chokore. If you're into runes, put ehol. Anything that is protective, you want to put in the entrance to your apartment, to your house, and a mirror. So the first thing someone sees when they open the door, when a guest comes in, even you, because you come in from the day and you kind of, absorb all the energies. So the first thing you see is a mirror that reflects things back outside, to the outside or back to the person. So it doesn't get projected into the house. So a mirror is a good thing to put right in the entrance. The first thing someone sees when they enter is themselves. Um, Black tourmaline, black onyx as crystals, just put them somewhere in your office or in your room to absorb negative energies. But I really, some of you really need some energetic cleansing. I really suggest buying a few black candles, and every night light it up, turn it off in the morning. If it's still, if it's a big enough candle to last, and that glass of water, really important. And have some lavender, maybe dry lavender, like under your pillow. Those little satchels, those little bags that have them lavender in them. So put it under your bag. So put that bag under your pillow. And take, for those of you who really want to be serious about this. And by the way, if you're a seeker who isn't Pisces, but you feel like you need some meaningful cleansing, you can do all of that yourself as well. It's very helpful for anyone. 7 days of bath with just pour salt water. Be careful, make sure you don't have any cuts, of course. Be sure to not, take it into your mouth. So, be responsible with that. You can do that. Okay. Now let's see what the cards have to say. And you can swap the black candle daytime in the morning and light a white candle. So go to bed at night with a black candle burning. And if you're home during the day, do not leave candles, lights during the day in your home when you're not at home. Only if you're home, and white candles. Okay. All right, now, another thing, don't take other people's divinations, especially if they're dead or have like very difficult energy or some traumatic energy. It's not to say you can't use decks that were used. Let's say someone does a giveaway, your favorite person on YouTube, tarot reader, does a giveaway, and you're like, okay, but still cleanse them first. But specifically, if someone passed away, don't take that deck. Not a good time to do so, especially if you're sensitive energetically and you still have a lot to cleanse. Just don't. That includes their clothes, by the way. It's not that they weren't a wonderful, wonderful person. That's not personal to the person at all. It's not that their energy wasn't amazing. But the flowers were amazing until they died, and you can't leave dead flowers in your home. That's the energy of decay, unless you have specific placements in Scorpio that to which the remedy is to have dead flowers in your home, kind of in a feng shui way that works with your astrological chart. But that's very specific to very few people. Most people do not have dead flowers in your home, guys. Take them outside, let them rest on the soil and crumble back into soil, leave them next to a tree. You don't have to put them in the trash. That I agree, it's disrespectful. Just put them outside, back to nature. Do not leave dead plants in your freaking home. Okay? Thank you. Just saying. Whew. Wow. Pisces, what's going on? Okay, now the cards. We're getting a double message today. Now the cards for May for Pisces. Seven of Swords. Two of Swords and Five of Cups. Yeah, this is very fitting to the energy to the messages that I gave you until now. Someone is taking advantage of a sensitive, emotionally sensitive place that you're in, where you're feeling confused, feeling lost, maybe you're grieving, maybe you're depressed, I don't know, some sort of negative emotional state, and they're taking from you and they're taking advantage of you and they are benefiting from this, and you're not seeing this, and you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, and you're letting them. And you need to stop selling yourself like that and your energy and your life force. I see you giving your life force to someone and you're getting more and more depleted, and you're like, why am I tired? Why am I not feeling well? But you still keep inviting this person into your space, into your world, into your body. I don't know, in certain cases, especially if you're having relations with them, you want to be very cautious with that, because I see someone and they know what they're doing. It's malicious, it's purposeful. Maybe they're telling you that they're helping you while taking from you and depleting you. Listen to how you feel. Just listen to how you feel, Pisces. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't be like, oh, I'm too sensitive. That's probably what they're telling you. Oh, Pisces, you're just too sensitive. I'm not doing this to you. You're just being too sensitive. You're just imagining. You're just paranoid. That's narcissistic gaslighting. You're not paranoid. You're not sensitive. They're just depleting you or doing something to hurt you. And then the way they get away with it and not be held accountable when you call it out or when you say something, it's like, oh, no, it's not me. It's you. Maybe they'll even use spiritual notion. Look into yourself. Stop projecting onto the outside. Stop looking for someone else to blame. Look into yourself. But sometimes someone else is to blame. They are to blame. Pisces, don't. This is a very masculine energy. It doesn't mean they're not a woman. They could be biologically a woman, but the level of manipulation and control and intellectual abuse, it's toxic masculinity in a body of a woman. Possibly it could simply be a male with toxic masculinity of this sort, but they're like, let me take charge, let me lead you, I know what to do. Okay, Pisces, I've said enough, and you really need to cleanse from their energy. This is crazy. Good luck, Pisces. Take care of yourself, okay? Right. Now, last but not least, Aries. Usually you guys are first because you're the first in the zodiac wheel. You're the first sign. But this time I decided to go with the birthday sign, which is Taurus first. So now it's your turn. Hi. How's it going? How are you feeling? Beautiful Aries seekers. What do we have for them? Hope you had a great birthday season. Gemini just moved into your third house. In general, I see May. Oh, wait. Sorry. Didn't mean to ignore it. May being a month where communication starts pouring out of you. So we have here Ace of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. The mind starts to see things a lot more clearly and fast, and is also prone to communicate it faster. without too much waiting or planning or thinking. You know, you think it or you feel it, you express it. And I think it can be very cathartic for you and very liberating for you, and could really help progress things for you that have been somewhat stuck or stagnant or in the waiting, and last but not least, judgment. Okay, so Ace of Swords, which I love this card, and Eight of Pentacles and Judgment. This month really steps you has you step outside of your um, force of habit and daily routine. You're going to have a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration, a lot of eureka moments and realizations. And it's going to come while you're doing your work, while you're doing your routine, while you're doing your daily tasks. Things are just going to, you know, like mental zaps, like ideas, understandings, realization. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Like some understandings, a lot of understandings of yourselves, of situations in your life. And it's just a lot of profound, fast awareness. And it's going to be like hard to catch up. So maybe you want to have a journal and write down the ideas or the realizations, or the clarity that comes to you as it comes to you. So then you can go over it again and it doesn't just kind of phase out in the ether. And I see you starting a new kind of work. Could be to do with your dream or something that is a lot more in alignment with you. It's just unique, it's different. You never thought you could actually do it. Maybe you thought it wasn't stable enough, wasn't realistic enough, but now you find that you don't care. And you're also stepping into a world where like everything changes. Things that used to be like, you know, for sure to deliver you stable income, now it's going to be replaced by AI. It's like everything is turning upside down. And now the people that were considered risky endeavors, risky career paths, from artists to healers, now those are the ones who are going to, and craftsmanship, those are the ones who are going to survive and succeed most, because those are the things that require humanity, things that AI just can't give us, you know? It's not mechanical, it's not technical. People don't want a robot helping them with certain things. They want a real human. So I think maybe you're being led to doing something along those lines, and you have the idea, the inspiration. Write it down. Maybe you're sitting down to write a book. Maybe you're sitting down to write a game plan. Maybe you want to build something as a furniture for the home that you will build afterwards. That's very interesting. So usually people like build their home and then fill it up with furniture. You're like, you're building yourself something very specific. I'm tapping into an Aries that wants to build with their own hands, like a piece of furniture or something to do with the home. And they're like, and then I'll put this, once I'll have a home and once I also build a home, then I'll put it there. Very interesting. Okay. There's also memory. This could be memory from a past life, recalling a past life memory. Something that you did like on a daily basis in a past life, a task of some sort. You're recalling it. It just comes to your mind. It kind of wakes up something that has been dormant, wakes up, goes from the subconscious to the consciousness, and you're becoming aware of it, and you're just thinking about it nonstop until you do something about it. Often when spirit wants us to do something, it creates like an OCD like thing in our brain where we constantly think about it until we say it or until we do it. Not to conflate with, God forbid, if there's some negative thought patterns of hurting oneself or hurting another. And if that's the case, please talk to a professional. I'm not guiding you to hurt anybody or yourself because you have repetitive thoughts of that sort. I'm talking about beneficial thoughts or thoughts that are not destructive or hurtful toward yourself or other people. Okay? Right, Aries, good luck. Beautiful. Oh my God, we did it. Now thank you so much for sticking around, guys. I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun with you. Let's do runes for everyone. So collective runes. This is funny. I turned off ads for during the live, and yet I just realized that it's still giving you ads during the live. And I don't like that. I like being able to choose if I put ads here or not. And I literally marked no ads during the live. And yet, okay, thanks, YouTube. Sorry, guys. I like to add them afterwards. I just don't like it when they interfere with the flow of the live itself. Let's clear that out and focus on message from the runes, please, for my collective of seekers watching this live for May 2026, please. Runes for the collective for May 2026. Oh, first rune out, we have Perdre. So first rune out, Perdre. And then Kenaz laying down this way. Usually it's this way. And then Weird, the empty rune. Okay. There's a unique path, unique to you, each seeker in their own thing, that is going to be unveiled to you during this month, and it's going to be fated. It's like the path is opening up for you. It's like it's time. It's time where the pieces of the puzzle are being put in place, where the universe, okay, we've played dancing chairs and now everybody's being placed in their seat. But for now, you're asked to keep it to yourself and to just the people relevant, closest involved. Because it has some fated aspects to it, but very delicate and magical and cosmic. But Spirit wants you to put a tent on it, meaning like a protective bubble around it, to not just verbalize it to everyone. Don't post about it on social media. Don't tell it to everyone who isn't very specifically relevant. It's in the birthing stages, it's in the coming to be stages, and you want to honor the energy, especially in the beginning. It's like in the first few months of a pregnancy, a woman doesn't tell that she's pregnant until they know it's like, the baby is safe and healthy. You want to wait a little bit. So May is not the time to tell everyone. Just do the things, walk that path, honor that path, share it with whoever is relevant. But no more than that, because it's still in gentle phases and people might try to sabotage it, even people you think mean well or that don't have the power. It's even not with actions, but with intent or with jealousy or with spite or with negativity. Energetic sabotage is very real. So don't let it get derailed. Okay, good luck, Seeker. Beautiful. All right, and let's pull one last thing. Message from the I Ching. Jake Gnosis, you are a Capricorn stellium. Cool. Oh, is that new for you, what I told about Capricorn? That's nice. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so guys, we're going to do the Oracle I Ching now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being around. Thank you for my channel members. For the monetary support of my channel and of my work, may your generosity return to you 1,000-folds. If you're new, especially if you lasted this long, you're a part of the shift, friend. So subscribe, all of you, especially all of you that is subscribed and is about to subscribe. Press the bell button and turn on notifications. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't know that you want to necessarily see the content. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss the opportunity to watch content that could be beneficial for you or relevant for you, make sure to turn on notifications and press the bell button for my channel. And share the content and share my work. Okay, I Ching for the collective of seekers. Ching for the collective of seekers. We have number 15. Okay, now I'm going to read it from the book. Place it here for a moment. Oh, you can't see it there. That's not. I'll just hold it. I'll just hold it. Number 15. Okay. Oh, I'm going to love this one. Tian, modesty. Above earth, below mountain. Mountain within earth. Modesty covers hidden strengths. The image of a mountain, concealed within the earth, symbolizes something bigger and more powerful than is revealed on the surface. The superior person works quietly and does not seek acclaim. A good leader does not boast of victories, but moves steadily forward with quiet confidence. Such modesty brings great respect and success. I wholeheartedly agree. I've been doing this for 8 years on YouTube and my entire life, and professionally as a tarot reader since I was 20. And I can tell you that usually when I meet new people, I hardly ever tell them about this channel. Not because I'm trying to hide something, not because I'm trying to deceive anybody. It's just this kind of work needs to be done, I believe, in humility and not used to, even if I don't mean to show off, but rather just share what I do. I try without lying to not bring it up as much as possible within the realm of not deceiving, because I just feel like if it's meant for that person, they'll find me, or if it's meant for them to know, then they'll become closer than an acquaintance, like close enough friends for them to actually know what it is I do. And the people who can benefit from my work are drawn because of online work, etc. But I do believe certain things need to be kept, again, not secretive, but humble or quiet unless needs to be spoken. And I think this message from the I Ching was very important because a lot of you who watch me are not just looking for someone to guide them spiritually. A lot of you are, intuitives yourselves, and you're occultists yourselves, and you're very spiritual yourself. And I think it's just in an age where spirituality has become a meme and a way to signal that you're cool because it's popular, it can sometimes come at the expense of the essence and of the work and even misguide people. So I think especially at this time where everyone can be a celebrity, and that's great, but it can also have shadow aspects to it. That message from the I Ching of humility is just perfect. Okay, check out the description box for everything that is good, for links and ways to support. Thank you for your reciprocity. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for the channel members. Thank you for your super thanks. Thank you for your likes and your comments and your subscriptions and for your viewership. Thank you for being amazing. I bless you. I honor you. I say a prayer of blessing to my channel members all the time, when I say blessings for other people in my life, when I light Shabbat candles. I also send healing and love and abundance to my channel members, and of course, all my seekers. Stay magic, stay true, stay free. Have a wonderful May. I'll see you soon in another video. I'm also on Instagram, by the way. Love you. Bye for now.